Okay, sup, you chuckle fucks? It's your boy Dark Go here with the What If Issei was an engineer, was a robotic engineer. So this is part 3 of this What If. Now, before I go on, I should mention one thing: what happened and why there's no thumbnail. It's because I was basically doing a lot of shit today again, so I didn't have time to do a thumbnail. I rewatched it yesterday. I didn't do it yesterday because I did the law one instead. The What If Issei was like law. So instead of doing that one, I decided to, instead of doing this one, I decided to do that one. If I can do it tonight, maybe I can. Because I have to wake up tomorrow pretty damn early in the morning, and my sleep schedule is not meant to wake up too damn early in the morning. But yeah, I'm gonna wake up somewhere around like 6, and then go to work and be there around 7. It's a pain right now. So yeah, but not the point. Let me begin into this. What if I was also eating a popsicle because it was hot as shit and I was literally burning. Well, let me drink some water before I go on. But yeah, sorry about that. But let me wait. But other than that, let me begin into this. What if? Let me shut the fuck up and let me begin. Oh shit, I forgot to watch a video that was 31 minutes. What I mean about watching a video of 31 minutes is because I'm trying to get into the Fade series, and that shit is confusing as fuck. Where to fucking watch? Yeah, I'm always confused in the Fade series. I never decide to watch it because it looks more just like a lot of fucking episodes and a lot of fucking shows that I might have to get through just to understand some of the characters. I understand some of them, like Saber, but not much. Like, do I understand their full background story? Hell no. Do I just know them from watching one Fate series? Yes, because I remember watching the Fate of Night or something like that. I don't fucking remember what it's called. Fate/Night, I don't care. But yeah, but not the point. Let me just begin into this What If series. Let me shut the fuck up and let me start rambling on about the Fate thing. But not the point. Let me just begin. So we begin into mostly Sona right now, just staring at a long hair, brown hair boy with mostly goldenish brown eyes and cracked glasses that seem to be repairing slowly. They just like seem to just be glowing like a laser color and just repairing slowly. And this is where, well, mostly he seems to just not really care too much. He's actually staring into mostly Sona's eyes and not actually paying attention to his glasses literally being repaired by itself. Next to him is his daughter named Sin, who's actually just staring at mostly Sona, and then looked around the room just because she was more interested around the room. This is where, well, Sona is right now just now her mostly Malay eyes. I don't know why I was about to say Malay eyes. No, mostly violet eyes staring into goldenish brown. This is where, well, mostly goldenish brown just kind of like looks at her while both of them are just staring. Sona has not touched the file or book or whatever the hell it is that Issei just threw upon her desk, and it is quiet as hell. You can literally hear a pin drop, and that's all you're gonna hear because both the human or devil are not talking. This is where they're just staring at each other. But yeah, this is where, well, everyone else that's in the room is literally Sona's Parage, who are just staring at Issei and also the little kid, or also the little girl. But yeah, this is where all of them are just quiet, very quiet. Who's the little girl and why is Issei back? Now, some of the girls are kind of hating the fact that Issei is back, but for some reason they got a notification from like the other students. They didn't read it because they don't want to bother the whole like stare down between mostly Issei and mostly Sona. Sona sighs. She decides to finally break the eye contact. Says, Hiyoro-san. This is where, well, before she can even continue on, this is where Issei goes. The name's not Hiyoro, it's Stark. But not the point. Sona Sifri. Or Sifri Sona, whatever you like to call yourself. I don't really care. But pretty much, just read the files that I just gave you, because it will be very important to this meeting of why I'm here. And why I'm going to, what I'm going to be doing. Also, if you're going to notice about my child here, this is my daughter, Sin, you can call her. C-Y-N. But yeah, I'm not enrolling her into this school because she's still 7 years old. But that's not the point. This is where, well, all of them, everyone in the park, even Sona, just wind their eyes after hearing daughter, child. Well, not son, mostly, I think I said son on accident, but mostly daughter. This is where, well, mostly all of them wind their eyes, saying, The daughter? This is where, well, mostly Sin just waves at them. Of course, a little scared and a little nervous and hides behind mostly Issei's legs. While Issei right now kind of pats her in the head and says, "It's okay, Sin. Don't worry, I won't let anyone hurt you." This is where, well, right now Sanji screams and says, "You have a fucking daughter? With who? Who the hell did you decide to knock up?" This is where, well, Sanji kind of just keeps screaming at Issei. Issei narrows his eyes right now, kind of annoyed, because mostly Sin decides to cover her ears because they're kind of are sensitive. And this is where Issei says, "Shut up, Sanji." Now, this is where Issei was kind of like grabbing his like suit tie and of course kind of moving around when he told Sanji to shut up, because he was actually getting annoyed with Sanji screaming. This is where Sanji narrows his eyes and says, "Huh, you're not a double no more, so I can probably kick your ass right now. You might have that boosted gear longitis, but you won't be able to defeat me." Issei sighs and says, "Really? You think I wouldn't be able to kick your ass? Just because you have, well, I have a longitis and I'm a human. Did you forget how I beat the shit out of mostly the White Dragon Empress? Or not White Dragon Empress, the White Dragon Emperor?" This is what, well, yeah, I accidentally messed that up because, yeah, Volley's a boy in this one because, but yeah, in like original hand, but yeah. This is where, well, mostly, right now, Viltra is telling fucking Sanji not to fight him because he will definitely get shot down like a fucking dog on the street. This is where, well, Sanji didn't care and decided to rush at Issei. This is where when Sanji was actually about to get closer, Sin was right now one of her eyes started glitching out. And this is where, well, she was about to activate her ability until Issei kind of grabbed her hand and right now kind of like did a motion signature from one of his hands to just kind of like shake it around, mostly side to side, and kind of just saying no. This is where, well, Sin was confused, but this is where, well, mostly Issei sighs and says, "Oh, well, whatever. I tried to talk to you normally, old buddy or friend. I don't really see you as a friend that much, but whatever. Other than that, meet you." This is where, well, Cyborg, or not Cyborg, Robot, or Murder Drone, well, not Murder Drone, mostly he says, "Meet you." This is where, well, right now, Sanji was confused and says, "What do you mean you?" This is where something smashes through the ceiling, right now appearing right in front of Sanji, and before Sanji can even react, a metal fist right now went into his gut, right now kind of breaking some of his bones and launching him straight to the wall. Everyone in Sona's Barrage got on guard. Now, of course, the being had red eyes. He was all metallic, and basically he looked like this. So it looked like this. Now, if you do not know what U stands for, it literally stands for Ultron from Marvel. But yeah, you know Iron Man, the one that he created, like an AI, and it's literally a robot. That's Ultron. But yeah, that's what it is. This is where, well, Sanji was knocked out for the count. The others were about to attack until their magic were literally just destroyed in an instant, because mostly Ultron also has an EMP to knock out all magic signatures and also electronic signatures. So this is where, well, mostly all of them wind their eyes, and this is where Sona right now raises her hand saying, "All of you stop." This is where, well, mostly Issei then puts his hand up and says, "Ultron, stop." This is where, well, everyone stops, and this is where right now Sona decides to take the file and read it. This is where when she was reading it, she just wind her eyes every single time. This is literally signed by the government of Japan. She cannot really kind of fight against the mostly, well, Japanese government, because the Japanese government has not just approved Issei to literally be graduating in an instant from Kuo Academy, but also from Kuo College to kind of get two different things, mostly the diploma of high school and then a diploma of mostly robotic engineer from mostly Kuo college. Now, not Kuo college, but from the different like college entirely. It'll be like a cool ass fancy ass college, but not the point. He doesn't need to attend there. He just needs to just grab the diplomas and other things just to show that he has them. But this is where, well, mostly it's not just signed by the Japanese government. It's also well, signed by like the Japanese kind of like mostly highest like tiers of like the military. It's also signed by like other people that are pretty high up in the government system. And this is where, well, right now making Sona just wind her eyes. She cannot fight back against the Japanese government. And yes, the Japanese government does know about the supernatural. This is literally a specific note for Sona Sifri, who is actually one of the 72 pillars of the devil. If you try to somehow manipulate this, we will have to kill you. This is not a threat. This is literally a promise the Japanese government has sent. This is where Sona wind her eyes. She looked back up and just horror in her eyes. This is where she says, "You didn't tell them about." Issei says, "About the supernatural? No, they knew about it a long time ago. Actually, I knew about it also a long time ago before Rias decided to explain it to me. I really did not believe that human was top tier or mostly the strongest in the entire world. So of course, when I was younger, I decided to look into mostly what is strongest in the world. And of course, I found some little occasions are like devils and angels and other things like aliens and other bullcrap. So I decided to start making machinery stuff that would surpass all of you in an instant. And of course, thanks to Rias for her dumbass idea to prove it to me by reincarnating me into a devil, I also figured out how to mostly reverse the reincarnation of a devil back to human. That sounds cool, doesn't it? This is where Sona Weinhardt says, "You can't!" Issei says, "Yes, I fucking can." "What do you mean I can't?" This is where Issei slams his hands onto the table, right now narrowing his eyes at Sona dangerously. This is where right now Ultron was about to activate something until the others were right now scared. Because this is where Sanji was knocked out for the count. He is cold. He is knocked out cold. Ultron can probably defeat them all. And Issei is getting angry. This is where, well, right now everyone's confused about like reverse, reincarnation, incarnation, what was happening. They understand about the reincarnation to a devil or like incarnation to an angel. Or yeah, you get the point. There's no incarnation for a fallen angel, but not the point. But this is where, well, Sona is screaming that you cannot do a reverse reincarnation. But this is where Issei proved them wrong because he can. He figured it out after a while, thanks to the fact that he talks to some of the scientists that are mostly about biology and other things. This where, well, mostly he talked to them about maybe trying to do a reverse, mostly not reverse curse energy, reverse incarnation to turn mostly devil, half human devils into basically back into normal humans. This will make either give them an advantage to kind of wipe out all the half devils back into humans and be much easier to kill them if they do not side with the human society, or to try to recruit them if they're Longitis users, because mostly the Longitis users are still human technically, except for mostly Valerie, who's actually a devil, or not Valerie, mostly Volley, who's actually half human, half devil. There's like no way to actually reverse that whole psychology because he's literally half devil and half human. So yeah, and this is where, well, making everything a lot more easier to do that reverse incarnation. But yeah, but of course, well, right now Sona is narrowing her eyes coldly at Issei, while Issei is narrowing his eyes dangerously. This is where, well, they are both down on a stare down. Of course, Sona widened her eyes when she heard that Issei is literally being graduated at this instant to get his GED, well, GAD, no, GDA, I don't fucking remember, whatever, but getting his diploma, also getting his, what they call, like, college fucking degree in what they call robotic scientist, robotic engineer in college, and somewhere else, not cool college, but not the point. But they are basically signed by the mostly Japanese government to be able to be approved and, well, be able to get all his shit. If Sona does not approve it, then most easily just goes to a different high school and just like be there for one day and then just get his diploma from it. But yeah, it doesn't need to be specifically from Kuo. They already know that's really pretty much just ruled by devils in that place. So of course they're either trying to do it peacefully, and if it doesn't work, then they can just switch and then just one day attack the devils, whatever. Who cares? They're just devils. They don't really care. This is where, well, Sona sighs and says, "I need to call someone." This is where, well, she tried to make a magic circle and she can't. Issei says, no, you're not calling your damn sister for any of it. You either tell me now that I get my diploma, or you can literally fuck off with this whole situation. This is where Sona narrowed her eyes right now coldly back at Issei, while Issei narrowed his eyes dangerously. This is where, well, they are both down back in the stare down. This is where, well, everyone's super quiet, except for mostly Sin, who's literally just playing with stuff. Because, well, she's playing chess with mostly Ultron. Ultron is not paying attention fully, but of course, right now, he's just basically an AI that can do multiple things. So, of course, it's like a little robot arm that's right now playing basically chess with mostly Sin. And Sin is literally kind of having the evil pieces that Sona has on the chessboard. But yeah, She kind of hasn't because she forgot about that. And this is where, well, she kind of, well, mostly narrowed her eyes towards mostly Sin and Ultron. She noticed the evil pieces, but the evil pieces were not affecting Sin at all. This is where, well, instead, the evil pieces seem to be kind of being destroyed every time mostly Sin kind of gets annoyed from the fact that she's getting defeated by Ultron. This is where, well, she then kind of was about to send an attack or something to stop right now Sin from destroying her evil pieces until Issei notices. This is where, well, Issei right now kind of, one of his eyes turned red in an instant and right now pointed a laser right into Mochisona's head. This is where Issei says, "You touch my daughter and I kill you right now. I don't care if I have to start a war with the devils. If I have to, then they better fucking be ready to fight against MG, because guess what? MG is going to murder, destroy, and slaughter all you devils." This is where, well, he said with no care in his voice. This is where, well, Sona right now pales at the sight of, remember, MG. MG being Mecha Godzilla, who literally ripped through Volley and Biku and didn't care even a bit. Didn't care about the White Dragon Emperor right now going into mostly Juggernaut Drive. And Juggernaut Drive is feared by a lot of gods and a lot of devils. But yet, it just ripped through it and didn't care. Issei was able to even go against Juggernaut Drive, but not using his own Juggernaut Drive, but instead a robotic engineer armor. So, of course, right now, Sona is paling saying, "No, please, don't do that." Issei says, "Then shut the hell up and sit down." This is where, well, mostly Sona says, "Fine, I'll get your graduation. I'll get everything ready." "Okay, do it. Right now, do it. Type it on the computer. Make sure you give me the diploma online. I'm not trying to touch your devilish hands. I don't know, you could put like some kind of magical trap on it, and I'm not trying to deal with that." This is where, well, mostly Sona narrow her eyes and say, "Fine." She goes on the computer and starts kind of like working on it because mostly the EMP is down for only specifically her location. She would try to use a magic circle to try to contact her sister, but it mostly was every time shot out by mostly Issei. Literally, Issei shot a laser from his eye to kind of hit wherever the magic circle was about to try to spawn next to Sona. Sona had no like energy anymore to try to somehow get her sister here. If she tried to make a bigger one, it would literally get instantly obliterated by mostly Ultron. This is where, well, Sona is right now typing. She does not want this. She needs to contact either Rhea, Sona, Lucifer, or anyone. This is where, well, she managed to type in the diploma and just say that Issei finally graduated until she decides to just use a really fast magic circle to contact someone random. This is where someone actually appeared in the room. This is where both Ultron and Issei got on guard. Right now, Issei appeared next to Sin, and this is where, well, Ultron was ready to actually destroy whoever appeared. It was a green magic circle appearing a green-haired man with mostly, well, so there's actually two people, or mostly three people that appear in a magic circle. The guy with greenish hair that slicked back and had blue eyes. This is where another person next to him is a girl with kind of blackish hair and kind of like these lightish green eyes. And the next to mostly the other person, the other side, is a girl with mostly blondish hair with blue kind of tips of like, yeah, blue, with bluish eyes, and she does kind of have tannish skin. Of course, the other girl kind of has similar skin to that of Sona. But this is where, well, she had long black hair to that of mostly Tsubaki, but not the point. This is where, oh, both of them are just appearing, and of course they're confused. This is where Ajuka actually made the magic circle really fast because it was actually just blink out of nowhere when he actually got a mostly distress signal from mostly Sona and decided to just teleport and took the two girls with him because he was mostly talking to them. This is where Ajuka right now looks around until he narrows his eyes upon Issei. Issei is right now having Ultron with him. This is where Ultron is right now protecting both Issei and what's it called, mostly Sin. This is where, well, mostly Issei says, "Damn it! I wasn't expecting to fight a goddamn Mao, but luckily for me, I wasn't going to go down that easily." Issei snapped his hands, and this is where two, right now, like giant holes appear behind Issei. This is where two kind of robotic kind of machines appear. This is where, well, they're the Sentinels. And I mean, I'm talking about the future Sentinels, but not the point. Mostly, let me explain and first how the other two look like. So before I go on, mostly the girl with blonde hair that's next to Ajuka is named Latia Astaroth, who's actually mostly the niece of mostly Ajuka, but yeah, she looks like this. This is basically what I'm talking about. The two Sentinels behind mostly Issei appeared. This is how they look like, the future ones, which they're completely more broken, but not the point. But this is how mostly the two girls appear to look like mostly behind Ajuka. So one is named Rain Shitora, and the other one is actually named mostly Lete. or fuck, I forgot her name, but it's Letay kind of Astaroth, but yeah. But this is where, well, mostly that was happening. This is where the two Sentinels are actually appearing next to mostly right now in front of and behind Sin, while Issei is right now kind of getting ready just in case anything happens. He has his watch out just in case he might have to transform, but not the point. I'm not talking about the Omnitrix, just in case he needs to summon out his robotic armor. Because he knows Ajuka is quite a genius, and the same probably level of genius as him. This is where, well, luckily for him, he created two Sentinels. Well, didn't create because he has more Sentinels than just two, because yeah, but some of them are still on a working process to actually have not like mostly very fast upgrading nanomites to be able to regen faster than normal. The two mostly what's it called Sentinels that he had right now is mostly a 4.0, which they are quite powerful but not as powerful as mostly the next 5.0. Now he would have summoned other Sentinels, but right now he thought two would be enough. This is where he has Ultron with him. Luckily, Ultron for him, well, mostly luckily for him, Ultron can actually reproduce, mostly not reproduce, but recreate himself with other parts of the machine much faster if he gets his hands on it and like hack and other things and create it. But yeah. So of course, anything happens. Luckily, he has Ultron with him. Mostly U, he calls it U, like mostly, what's it called? Robot or mostly AIU, who is actually called Ultron, while he has the two Sentinels. This is where, well, Issei is right now known his eyes at Ajuka. Goldenish brown eyes meet bluish eyes. This is where, well, mostly the wind is kind of blowing a little bit, because yes, mostly when the two Sentinels did crash, the windows behind mostly some did explode, just because of the impact. This is where, well, mostly both of their hairs are kind of just blowing. This is where, well, Ajuka kind of says, interesting, you're Issei Hyodo. Or should I say, not Issei Hyodo, Issei Stark, that's what you wanted to call yourself. Issei narrows his eyes and says, and you're Ajuka Astrophis, or mostly Ajuka Bezel, but not the point. What do you want? This is where, well, mostly Issei narrows his eyes at Ajuka. Ajuka says, oh, nothing. It's where he grabs a paper off of Sona's kind of hands, and right now look at it and see what it is. This is where, he kind of narrows his eyes and then kind of just grins and saying, wow, I didn't know you were with the Japanese government. But that proves a lot of information how you managed to create that giant robot underneath anyone's kind of know about. The Japanese government does have mostly allies and does have mostly, well, underneath grounds and other stuff. So I'm guessing that mostly that machine, giant Godzilla or whatever, is somewhere just underneath. Right now being recreated, or being right now try to make improvements on it. Issei narrows his eyes and says, of course you'll be the smart one. This is where Ajuka grins and says, yeah, of course. I mean, if you think about it, Seraphar even, Surasek would instantly attack you. Right now I'm here talking to you as a normal person. And I know the other, Mal would not even try to attack you or even try to bother to asking you questions. He would just fall asleep right in front of you. But that's not the point. I'm actually wondering, why did you betray us? Issei says, betray you? Betray you? What do you mean betray you? I didn't attack the faction at all. I didn't attack any factions. I beat the shit out of, well, Vali without a care in the world. I almost killed him. But who cares? This is where Issei didn't care too much about saying that. But who really cares? Why, I didn't really betray you. I never was a part of your faction entirely anyway. I just needed more information and more weaknesses upon everyone. So if I get more weaknesses, I can recreate more stronger robots so humanity can be number one. This is where, well, Ajuka narrows his eyes and says, you're quite genius. You're quite smart also. So sad that you're no longer a half devil. You would have been really helpful in my inventions. But let's see. I feel like you're recreating something that might turn mostly mostly half devils who are still human part back into humans. Issei narrows his eyes and says, how do you know that? This is where Ajuka says, wow, you're actually recreating something like that. Which is annoying if you think about it, because I created something that will incarnate and help the population of devils, and you're trying to destroy the devil population. Which is annoying, but then again, I can see why you're trying to do something like that. You're trying to make sure that humans grow and expand, while we devils, angels, or fallen angels don't expand because you don't want to actually have a threat on your side, or any side. You want to increase the human population so mostly humans will always be on top. This is where, well, Issei narrows his eyes and then only grins and says, of course. But that's not the point. Why are you here? Are you here to try to stop me, kill me, or just get rid of me entirely because you see me as a huge threat and annoyment to mostly Devil Society and other societies? No. I'm just here to see and study you a bit. Those two, or mostly those three robots beside you, that one with red eyes and the other two with orangey eyes, they seem quite advanced. I feel like my niece and neither would mostly girl right here named Rain Shatora will be able to even take you on. This where, well, or any of you. Especially the little girl beside you. Who is she anyway? Issei narrows his eyes, just chuckles and says, this is my daughter. But enough about that. Well, she's not entirely my daughter. I recreated her to be an android. She's 7 years old right now and she can still grow like a normal human. I decided to recreate something like that. She does have some of my DNA, so she will be such an intelligent person, just like her old man. Well, I'm not old, but hey, who really cares? This is where, well, making Ajuka chuckle and says, wow. So you have no interest in the opposite gender, neither the same gender, but you decide to recreate your own, well, mostly create your own child by using robotics. Wow, you're an intelligent person. I wish you were actually a part of my mostly barrage, because I would actually like to kind of have someone smart like you. But then again, we're both in two different sides. You're right now with the humans, and of course recreating mostly stronger machinery to fight against anything, while mostly I'm on the devil's side and trying to help the devil population. Issei kind of grins and says, well, we are two different coins, or not two different coins. We are one and the same coin, but different sides, if you want to think about it like that. Mostly Ajuka smiles and says, yeah, that is true. This is where, well, mostly both of them aren't really attacking each other until one of them was actually about to make a magic circle, which it was actually mostly, what's it called, Ajuka's right now niece. She was about to make a magic circle to actually stop Issei until mostly one of the sentinels right now used an EMP to knock out all magic. This is where, well, and also all electronics. Right now we go into normal school, and every student that realized their kind of like phones turn off for no other reason turn back on, and they're trying to like watch YouTube or do whatever, and they're like shit just get turned off again. They're like wondering what the fuck is happening. Some people who are not affected are those people that are outside, but not the point. This where, well, some people that literally ditch. Some people that literally ditch because their phone would turn off. They just got their phone turned back on. When they went back inside, their phone get turned back off. They're confused. They're thinking the fucking teachers are doing something to make sure that the students actually learn this time or something, which is crazy, but not the point. This is where, well, mostly Ajuka, we go back into Ajuka and mostly Issei. Issei narrows his eyes dangerously at mostly Ajuka's niece, while mostly the sentinels are still kind of on guard, and even Artron. Artron is getting ready to actually activate his abilities, or mostly activates mostly some bullets and machine guns, just in case he might have to kill a bunch of devils. This is why, well, especially the green hair. The green hair seems to be the most dangerous. Issei sighs and says, well, Ajuka, I'm not here to cause any trouble. I'm just here to graduate, go back to being working as a robotic engineer, and, well, spend time with my daughter. Other than that, I'm not really here to fight, kill, or murder. So, with that in mind, I'll be going. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to be going. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to attack you. And I don't want to kill you. So, with all that happening, I'll be going. That's all I wanted to do. So let's go. This is where mostly Issei and Sin right now walks away. The two sentinels are just walking along with Issei. This is where Ultron decides to walk beside Issei also. This is where, well, Ajuka kind of grins and says, sure, I'll let you live. Well, not let you live. I'll let you leave. I won't attack you. Besides, I always want to see how strong and smart you will be in the near future. Or mostly the smart part. I want to see all the advancement you do. I hope you don't attack the devil population too early. This is where, well, Issei grins and says, why would I attack them? Unless they attack me first, I won't attack them. I decide to respect you a little bit more. making me believe that not all devils will be evil. Your niece was actually too, how should I say, too hasty to try to attack me. That's why she will be eliminated first if she tries to attack me again. This is where, well, mostly Ajuka sighs and says, this is where, well, basically Ajuka tell her to mostly calm down in an instant in a stern voice, and he did tell everyone else, even with the Rain, to calm down. This is where, well, all of them nodded. This is where, well, mostly Ajuka decides to say, okay, well, they left already. This is where Issei, Sin, and even the others are walking away, but yet the other robot. This is where, well, right now, Sona tries to speak up until mostly Ajuka narrows his eyes and says, you do not get to speak. This is where, well, Sona was quiet, but this is where, well, mostly Ajuka says, I do not want any of you devils, half devils, or even mostly pure-blooded devils to attack him. I will also be telling this to the underworld. I don't want the devil population to be right now exterminated by someone like him, who easily can right now erase magic. All his robots have EMPs that can knock out the magic. With that happening, making all devils kind of useless against him. And they might be also able to knock out the destruction magic from mostly Surtek and even Rias. This is where, oh, making them all quiet. But other than that, I'll be going. Now this is where, well, he tell his niece and also, well, Range Thor to kind of come along, because he still needs to talk to them. But yeah, this is where, well, he makes a magic circle and just tells Sona to calm down and be okay, because, well, nothing will happen if, well, they don't attack Issei first. But yeah, but we go into mostly a time skip of mostly Sona decided to become quiet for only a couple of hours after Issei leaving, and this is where, well, she was just shocked. Issei has become much more dangerous and respected by Ajuka. Ajuka doesn't respect too many people, and especially those who are actually human, but seeing a human who's actually extremely smart to able to create mostly robotic engineer robots, making him one of the most dangerous people in the entire human race. But still, we'll see Ajuka hasn't respected someone like that, like a human from most of the human side, in a long time, ever since mostly ever since mostly Ajuka had to go against one person of what's it called, the human side, and the one person, his name was Nicholas Tesla, who was actually one of the first humans to ever kind of recreated mostly like science and was pretty smart and other things. And Ajuka did kind of go against this person. Now, mostly that's the only other human that he respects. But yeah, because of his genius side and other stuff. But this is where, well, mostly Sona just thinks about that. But yeah, Issei is another human who's actually being respectful, or been having mostly Ajuka's respect. Now, some devils mostly in the devil society does not really get mostly Ajuka's respect too much. He mostly gives him some respect, but not much. And another human getting respect will make a lot of devils jealous, but who is going to stop mostly Ajuka or anyone in that case? But yeah, other than that, we be going into mostly Issei getting to college, one of the colleges, and getting his what's it called, diploma, and just leaving. This is where, well, he kind of just makes rocket jet boots, and this is where, well, he tells what's it called, mostly Sin to get on his back so they can fly away. But yeah, this is where they fly away. But yeah, Ultron even the Sentinels decide to fly up and get away. But yeah, get back to the base. While Issei and Sin actually goes on a vacation, but not the point. Other than that, I'll be leaving it off here for part 3 of this What If. Other than that, bye. So and yeah, I gotta be going. Bye. And yeah, I'm already saying bye too many times. But yeah, see ya.